So last month, my family decided we were all going vegan. My mom watched a documentary, my sister followed some influencer, and I just went along for the ride because honestly, I'm still traumatized from the Great Kale Smoothie incident of 2021. Anyway, the whole thing sounded straightforward: no meat, no dairy, and apparently, a lifetime supply of hummus. The only wild card in this plan was my dad, who, bless his heart, thinks quinoa is a type of fish and once tried to microwave a salad. Things started getting weird when Dad came home from the grocery store with a yoga mat and a block of tofu. He looked so proud, like he'd just solved world hunger. "Look," he announced, "I'm ready for the new lifestyle." I thought maybe he'd finally figured out the difference between tofu and feta, but then he plopped down in the living room, placed the tofu on his chest, and started contorting himself into what I could only describe as a cross between a pretzel and a confused flamingo. The next morning, I found him in the backyard, solemnly holding a cube of tofu above his head while chanting what sounded suspiciously like the Wi-Fi password. My neighbor looked over the fence and asked if Dad had joined a cult, and I had to explain, no, he's just embracing plant-based mindfulness. Mom tried to intervene, but he insisted this was all part of the vegan experience, and refused to eat anything unless he could balance tofu somewhere on his body while doing deep breathing exercises. It all came to a head last Sunday when we went out for brunch. The waiter asked if we'd like tofu in our scramble, and Dad, without missing a beat, stood up and announced, "Actually, I prefer my tofu in downward dog." So now, for the rest of the week, my family's been referring to tofu as a yoga pose, and honestly, I'm just grateful nobody's tried to sun salutation the almond milk yet.